Welcome to our viewers of Oz News Lanka. Today we have the pleasure of welcoming the celebrity chef and the creator of the famous Ministry of Crab, Mr. Dharshan Munidasa. Welcome.
Thank
to
you
the
for having
program.
me.
Very welcome to Melbourne as well. You are here with a pop-up restaurant for the second time in this great city, but this is also the third time that you're hosting this in Australia, because you've done the first one in Sydney. So before we go into the questions about the pop-up, can I ask you what inspired you to create the famous brand Ministry of Crab?
So I never went to culinary school. I started cooking as a university student in the US, so bad food was my inspiration, and I started cooking on my own. Being half Japanese, half Sri Lankan, I was calling, there was no WhatsApp or Skype at that time. We had to call international calls to ask my aunts and people at home recipes, how to make stuff, and that's how I started to cook. My first restaurant was Nihonbashi, which is celebrating 29 years in June, and we are relocating from being in one location for all these years to a new home in Port City. So that restaurant was the starting point of everything I did. It incubated Ministry of Crab, Kama Sutra, Carne Diem, and Sri Lanka is a country that has the mud crab, and we've been famous for it in Singapore. And it was kind of annoying that Singaporeans was portraying that to be their national dish when Singapore has no crab or chili or pepper anymore. They once did, and so wanted to bring that attention to own the crab again for Sri Lanka. And in my TV show that I did in 2009, we shot one episode, all of it in Singapore, about our crab. And one of my friends asked me, why aren't you doing a crab restaurant? And that's how Ministry of Crab was born. But again, it is because we have the ingredient and we are famous for it. So half the work was done, and I was just a messenger of this great crustacean.
Thank you for that fantastic intro. Can I ask you what makes Ministry of Crab or MOC different from other seafood restaurants?
Being half Japanese, it's not new to focus on one ingredient and do a restaurant with it. And in many other cultures it is different, but if you go to Japan, sushi restaurant is a sushi restaurant, tempura restaurant is a tempura restaurant. So that is on cooking method or style or genre. Then you would get ingredient specific restaurants, such as a whale restaurant, it's no more, but a fugu restaurant that only serves you fugu dishes. So like that, choosing Sri Lanka's mud crab is nothing new. Having said that, the availability of that ingredient is the biggest reason. And Sri Lanka has the best mud crab in this part of the world, in Asia. So that's how wanted to showcase our crab, and that's how, and the name was inspired by that feeling that we needed to give it a powerful name. And after that, I was looking for a powerful building. We couldn't put it in a silver, shiny, new building. It had to be something institutional in character and look and feel. So in Sri Lanka, I was really lucky to get a location inside the old Dutch hospital. And we proudly say where we are. It's 350 years old. The building, the walls are 1 meter. And yeah, so based on that, everything fell into place. Kuman Mahila joined me in this endeavor, and we created something fun and brand new.
Fantastic. 2022 Cricket World Cup. In Melbourne, you made the initiative to bring it to our great city. You're now bringing it for the second time again. What inspired you to do this, and how does it feel to get the overwhelming response that you're getting now?
I think first of all, the availability of mud crab in Australia is the biggest reason. And it's not easy to find 100 1 kilo crabs or even bigger ones per day. And Australia has a huge coastline up north where these crabs come from, and that is the biggest reason we are here. Melbourne is a great food city. Everyone loves food, and I think the way I cook our crabs is not Sri Lankan in nature, it's not Japanese in nature. It's something that I created, and maybe there's no genre, there's a lot of soy sauce used, there's olive oil used. So again, it's unique. And I think when you cook something so brand new, so unique, there's no comparisons. And And that's the strength we have. We are giving you a different taste and look and feel.
Yeah, I think naturally the question about ingredients is going to come up with all our viewers and myself as well. So are these ingredients sourced locally, all of this, that what you're using here?
Yes,
or
we
is
are.
it is?
Crabs are flying in live.
From the northern part of Australia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're using a lot of it.
Yeah.
And they're great quality.
Yeah.
And I don't think you see really, really good crabs of Australia in Australia.
Yeah.
They'll probably be flying out.
Exported.
Yeah. And for us, it's key that we get the best crabs of Australia to serve in Australia.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we're doing.
You're known for your cooking techniques, and that's some of the reasons why you're so popular. So could you let our viewers know a bit of an outline on those techniques and why you're unique to others?
So, like I said, Singapore was the base for Sri Lankan crabs, and the two most famous crab dishes out of Singapore using our crabs have been chili crab and pepper crab. The chili crab, we make a sauce on our own, so it's less soupy, it's less ketchupy than what you see in Singapore, less sweet or not sweet. The pepper crab in Singapore is dry, so I went to create the opposite of that, wet. So to do that, I dug deep into my Japanese roots, and we started using black pepper dashi. So dashi, everyone thinks needs bonito flakes and kombu and all that. Dashi is stock. So we actually make 3 kinds of stock in our restaurants, and one of them for the black pepper crab is pepper stock. That's unique.
Yeah.
Our food is very simple, and to get this simple dish right, you need good ingredients.
When you're saying that, naturally brings me to the next question. So your patrons, I'm sure you've identified what's popular among them. Can you tell us what they are? What's the most favorite, if there is one?
So there are not many crab dishes on the menu.
Yeah.
We have 5. One is a garlic chili crab, which uses olive oil, chicken stock and soy sauce. We have pepper crab, we have chili crab, we have curry crab, and we have one crab we just simply steamed, and we need 6 hours to chill it. And in that chilling process, we actually bring out the sweetness of the crab. And doing it per order, it's a different level of freshness and succulency of the meat. Of that 5, the top 2 would be garlic chili crab and the pepper crab, and I think it's because it's brand new.
Since we are doing the pop-up, can you tell us what we can expect in the pop-up?
So here we are doing a tasting platter of chili crab meat with the sauce. Then we have a thing called mock baked crab, which is a vegetarian dish, which I made during COVID time.
Right.
So that's there. And a small prawn biscuit that we start off with. And these are all things from our menu in Colombo. Then we go into a garlic chili prawn. Again, the same crab preparation but made in prawn. And at the end we do a choice of pepper crab or garlic chili crab. Crabs are stored here, kept alive until dinner time, and the freshness of the crab is guaranteed.
And as someone who's got the Sri Lankan origin, I feel very proud to hear about your expansion globally. So could you tell us where some of your other locations are, apart from the Dutch Hospital in Colombo?
So the first restaurant that we opened outside Sri Lanka was in Shanghai, and second was Manila, third was Bombay, fourth was Maldives, fifth Bangkok, and sixth is in Chengdu in China. 7 is going to be Singapore. We just started work there, and a few more cities to come up.
What about the future? Where are you heading from here?
Dubai.
Yep.
Definitely we're looking at that. Hong Kong, KL, and obviously Australia would love to open because the ingredient is here, and it's very, very, very strong position to be in when the ingredients are around you.
Ingredients are around. There's an overwhelming response every time you do a pop-up. Obvious question is, when's your permanent thing going to happen in Melbourne?
Hopefully soon, yes. We are looking at possibilities all the time, and pop-ups do actually give us the learnings we need for the future. And this is our second one, so we are still learning.
Well, thanks for that response. We are very excited about the possibility of MOC in Melbourne. So in the meantime, I'd like to encourage our lovely viewers to come and check out the pop-up at the Crown, where the Evergreen restaurant used to be, and check it out and experience Ministry of Crab, this unique brand. Dharshan Munidasa, thank you so much for
Thank you for having
attending
me.
this interview. We really hope that you will bring this permanently to Melbourne, and we really like to thank you, and it's a pleasure having you in the program.
Thank you for having me.